Hello and welcome to the Oakland A's UK YouTube channel. Matt's here, recording on Monday the 31st of August. It's a dull grey overcast day here, suitably so you could say, because not only is it a public holiday here in the UK, so obviously horrible weather, not that you can go anywhere anyway, but also it's a bit of a disappointing and demoralising day for Oakland A's fans, because there are certainly a few grey clouds overhead for the A's. We're expecting today to be all about counting down the hours to the trade deadline, and that's still the case. I still expect the A's to maybe add a pitcher or two before the trade deadline today, which is 1 o'clock Oakland time, 4 o'clock Eastern time and 9 o'clock PM here in the UK. But really, we're counting down the time to hearing some more news in regards to the positive COVID test that happened yesterday for an A's player or coach. Saturday was basically a total write-off, wasn't it? Lost a double header to the Astros, and then at 10 o'clock in the evening we found out that somebody within the A's camp had tested positive for COVID-19. We don't know if it's a player or a staff member as yet. But what we do know is that the game on Sunday had to be postponed. Lots of testing and contact tracing has been happening, and the players were all stayed in Houston in a hotel, all kind of locked up in a bubble to wait to see what the test results come out with. And we should find out about those sometime today, and this is what it will mean. First off, what about the game against the Astros? Well, the A's will try to get that postponed game back in, but it's going to be difficult. They're not going to be able to play it in Houston because the A's don't go back to Minute Maid Park this season, so they're not going to make a travel just for one game in the current climate. The A's do have a series against them, a 4-game series at the Coliseum, so you would expect one of those days will become a double-header. That's tough for the A's. It's tough to have to play those double headers right in an important part of the season. But that's really a matter for another day. What's most important is the short-term implications of this positive test. Now, precisely what it's going to mean for the A's depends on the results of the rest of the testing that should come out today. If it's just one isolated case, it's very different to there being 5 or 6 guys getting tested positive. So, we've seen recently with both the Mets and the Reds that they had cases of positive tests at the start, but there were no others, and therefore the Reds missed 3 games, the Mets missed 4. So that's not too bad in the context of what we saw with the Marlins and the Cardinals, but it still goes to show that it's going to be difficult in terms of the supposed 3-game series in Seattle against the Mariners. Now, the A's are a little bit lucky in a sense that we were not scheduled to play today anyway, so we're not losing anything by having to wait around today to get the test results, but still seems a bit shaky, the idea that the A's will be travelling to Seattle today or tomorrow to start the 3-game series. So I suspect that the game on Tuesday will not go ahead, and depending on the results that come through, it will call into doubt whether the rest of the series will be played. It's possible. I guess the best case scenario is that the A's will be able to play maybe a game on Wednesday night and a game on Thursday. I mean, potentially they could make up a double header on a Wednesday so they don't miss any games, but probably more likely it would be a couple of games. It's possible that the whole series may need to be cancelled or postponed for the time being. And if that is the case, then it's going to get a bit difficult. The A's do play the Seattle Mariners again this season, but that's the final series of the season at the Coliseum. So the regular season ends on the 27th, with the postseason starting on the 29th. So there's no wiggle room there to catch up with any games. If the A's are in a situation where they need to make up any of those 3 games, then it's going to mean double headers in that final series. The A's are currently scheduled to play 3 games in 3 days against the Mariners. You really don't want to be playing double headers in that final series heading into the playoffs, even if they are 7-inning games. You just don't need it with your pitching staff. So fingers crossed the A's are able to at least get in 2 of those games against the Mariners this week. And then maybe they don't need to make up that final game. Maybe it won't make a difference in the standings, who knows. But it's going to be difficult if the A's aren't able to play at all in Seattle this week, and that cannot be counted out. We'll keep an eye on the news and post a follow-up video on Tuesday, both with a follow-up on the news of the coronavirus issues and also any potential trade deadline additions.